Okay, try this again. So we got cut off and restarting the video. So like always, go to the 2-minute mark, and if you're just tuning in later, and I'll start when I have to say it's a 2-minute mark. This way it gives people a couple minutes to jump on to get the notifications. Whew, it's hot. Just get out of the gym. Went to the gym last night, big workout. Went to work and got out of work and went to the gym again for another big workout. So train hard. So, all right, give me a couple minutes here. All right, so it's up again, 2 lamps. I don't know what happened. Every time I get the audio hooked up to my phone, I'm sorry, the car, it sounds like crap and then gets cut off because of the Bluetooth. So hopefully, does that sound a lot better, 2 lamps, than the last one? Because when I use my Bluetooth off my vehicle, it sounds like I'm in a hallway or something. So give me another minute here. Hopefully we get this off without shutting down again. Awesome. Thank you, 2 lamps. 30 seconds. Awesome. What's going on, guys? Give me 20 seconds here. Just giving people a couple of seconds to jump on. Ten seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, guys, Dan Bidondi, TruthRadioShow.com. Check us out. Subscribe to all our social media networks and all that. So I just want to talk about the UK officially mandating the digital ID, the Draconian digital ID. So now that people are like, oh, well, what's the big deal about that? But this is total government intrusion. And don't think it's not going to come yet, because it will. Because Peloton, and it's a tech company, they want the digital ID here and digital currency and everything else. And they're the lead tech company by President Trump. And they are trying to push the digital currency here, and ID, I'm sorry. So this is the basis, just where it starts, guys. And this is where the mark of the beast components start. And no, the digital ID is not the mark of the beast. It's a component of the mark of the beast. So you got to understand how the mark of the beast works. When the mark of the beast, it comes when and only when, I have to emphasize that, when and only when the Antichrist is in power. So, and there's, you take the mark, you don't go to CVS, you don't go to anything like that to get a job. So spiritual allegiance you got to take, a ritual you got to do, and then you get the physical mark to survive in the beast system. So in there's 3 main components for the mark of the beast. It's the digital ID, digital healthcare, and the digital currency. Those are the 3 big components. There's a couple more, but these are the 3 biggest ones for the mark of the beast. So it's already begun. Digital ID is being pushed. It's already been pushed in China. A company with a social credit score, and then also this is all, by the way. AI is a big component of this whole thing, because it's monitored by AI, artificial intelligence, and that they're pushing everywhere. So China, the UK now, and the United States is going to be pushing this, and they're going to use crisis. You hear in the United States, because they know a lot of people are going to resist it, and so what they'll do is cause a crisis, a problem for people to accept it, and that's how they push things. As people are like, no, I don't want it, it's intrusive and all that, so they'll cause a problem, so people cowardly give up their civil liberties for a fake security. You know what I mean? That's how it goes all the time. Because Benjamin Franklin quoted, anybody who gives up your civil liberties to obtain any kind of security or safety, you're going to get a deserve neither. You know what I mean? Plain and simple. And if you do that, I mean, to me, you don't deserve anything. If you you're so willing to give up your liberties to obtain any kind of security or safety. You know what I mean? It's cowardly. So in the UK, and the people didn't have a choice over there. And the UK Prime Minister automatically mandated it the other day, I think it was yesterday or the day before, that everybody now it's free for every citizen, but they have to be incorporated into a digital ID. And so what bad is this? Because this is very intrusive, and it's just the start. So they want to push a total totalitarian police state. That's what they want to push. A whole technocracy control grid. That's a whole ordeal. So they claim right now because of the mass immigration problem, which they're the ones causing it. So they're saying, oh, this is control and immigration and everything else in the UK, and they're going to use some cockamamie excuse here in the United States as well, and probably the same thing. It's a view message and. Flights for anything, just saying. Well, you could just say South Mof or whatever your name is. Well, you have no clue what you talk about, dude, because this is very draconian. And again, they push crisis, they push problem, reaction, solution, order out of chaos. It's old Hegelian dialect to push these kind of things, you know what I mean? And it's sickening, it really is. And again, people are so cowardly willing to give up their civil liberties for a fake security, you know what I mean? It's disgusting. And so that's just the start. They're going to push a digital currency. And the thing is, I was on radio a long time ago. You know, I've been on radio for a long time now. And even before I was on radio, I was telling people about a digital currency. At the time, nobody knew what a digital currency was. I was like way ahead. I had a beat on this since day one. Long before a person even understood what a cryptocurrency, anything was a digital currency, I was already telling people about this stuff. It'd been the digital ID. Nobody knew what I was even talking about. So for about 30 years, I was telling people about this stuff here and how they're going to lay it out. And because I read the playbooks from the Globalists, all the white papers and all that, and what they're going to do. And this is how they're going to push the mark of the beast. When the Antichrist comes to power, they're going to have everything ready for him to push this mark of the beast. So right now, it's not the mark of the beast if you go get a digital ID. No, not yet. So again, what I was saying, the mark of the beast will be pushed when and only when the Antichrist is in power. But right now, the UK has pushed this, and the United States is talking about it, and they're going to be pushing it. So within the Trump administration, there's a lot of people who belong to Peloton. Peloton is a big technological control grid company, and they want to push a digital ID. And they're very aimed to do this, and they're going to do this. And if people willingly give up their liberties, they will get away with it. You know what I mean? So where this leads to, so it leads next to a digital currency. Now, digital currency, which is known as a CBDC, central bank digital currency, they've been trying to push this for years. And they've been talking about it, and Jerome Powell from the Federal Reserve was telling people that we need a digital currency like yesterday. And again, this is so intrusive because here's the thing. Under a digital currency, right? Change the brakes, right? You can't do that. They'll look into it. Well, hold on, your brother's not ASC certified. Guess what? We're going to revoke this inspection on your vehicle and the registration so you go to a regular mechanic. Then they're going to tax him for earned income credit. You know what I mean? That's where they go. And no more yard sales, no more nothing like that. And the same exact thing with the digital ID, which incorporates with this, because you need the digital ID first, which automatically accompanies the digital healthcare system, and then digital currency, that'll be the final laying block for the final component, for this system. And it is total technocracy, so they're going to use the technology from Palantir and also Elon Musk's technology with the Starlink. So the Starlink guys, and don't buy into it. The Starlinks are not to push internet for free all over the world. It's not for your benefit. It's a giant control grid where they could track you anywhere in the world, literally. To the pinpoint, to the inch where you're walking on the ground. So they already got the whole system lined up. They had it for years, and that's why they're pushing the Neuralink as well, because the mark of the beast is going to be in your right hand, not on, in your right hand or in your forehead, not in it. And so the globalists, like I've been reporting for years, the Rockefellers that came out, World Economic Forum, the big cheese, the Illuminati, World Global Elite, right? They've been saying for years they want everybody in the world mandatory implanted with an RFID chip. Now, that back then it was an RFID chip size of grain of rice. Now today, the technology is doubled. So it might be a tiny bit smaller, you know what I mean? And so, when the mark actually comes out, we don't know what exactly it's going to look like, but it will be an implant. It's not a vaccine. It's an implant, literally. And so, and that's how you correspond within that system. So under the system, right, you have a social credit score like China, and if you act up, they unplug you, literally, and they shut you off. You can't even get to your house. You can't start your car. You won't be able to go to work, and you couldn't even go to a store and buy nothing. And you can walk into a store with a bar of gold worth thousands of dollars, and they can't take it because it's not a digital currency. It's not a CBDC. So this is a very draconian system, and I know some tech geeks out there. Oh, this is a great idea. It'll prevent identity theft. It'll prevent people stealing your money and everything else. No, not at all, because it's very easily hackable, and on top of it, it's controlled. And what's worse than a hacker, what's worse than a criminal is the government. Because they're going to monitor every darn thing you do. And guess what? If you have a little flea market yard sale in your house, they're going to tax you for everything. And it's going to be, first it's going to be based off your phones. They got the apps for it already. And the digital ID will be based off your phone. This is where they're going, right? Everything's going to be on your phone. Your digital ID, digital currency, everything on your phone. Then eventually it's going to be an implant into your skin, into your right hand or into your forehead. It's not if it's going to happen or maybe it's going to happen. It's going to happen. This is all laid out by the global elite, and also the Bible talks about this. So then the thing is, the world elite, they have to do their part of prophecy to bring in their hellish new world order, their technocracy control grid. It's a giant scientific control grid, exactly what it is. And to control it, already it's not for your benefits, not for the betterment of mankind. It's for the Antichrist, plain and simple. So, and I'm just warning you ahead of time what's coming. And they're going to push it here in America. And Trump's going to push his version. And they're going to tell people, it's all good, don't worry, we're not like the Europe and all that. No, it's the same system. Palantir should not be trusted, guys. And it's a very, very sinister organization. And also Elon Musk's technology. Now, I'm not saying Elon Musk is Antichrist or anything like that. I don't know. But his technology will be used for the Antichrist mark of the beast. That's how they're going to track you and everything else. And they're going to use the Neuralink for the brain implant. And also, the RFID, what's going to go into your right hand. So it's either one or the other. So what's going on, guys? What's up, Jane? What's up, Brian? What's up, guys? Texas Haas, what's up, my brother? And ASO, do the laugh. What laugh? And I have to download it. Apparently, some people are saying it's automatically downloaded, but it depends on the phone settings. Yeah, so, it's going to be crazy out there, guys. And, yeah, don't mind. I just got out of the gym. I went to the gym last night. Went to work. Big workout last night. And then I went to work all night. And I got out of work and went to the gym again. So I go home and rest, Now I'm like, ugh. I'm like out of it right now. So, big squat and deadlift day, bench press last night, and a bunch of exercises, the shoulders and all that. So, long story short, I did a long workout. I haven't been to bed in over 12 hours at least. So, anyway, it's just want to warn people about this stuff going on, and it's draconian. I'm going to do a whole show on this where we can show the display, the slides, and all the visuals and everything else like we do all the time. So, basically, a Spiritual Warfare Friday show on this very thing. And tomorrow night, which is, Wednesday? Yeah, tomorrow night is Biblical Warfare, 7 p.m. Eastern. And we're going to be talking about Pleiades and Orion and the stars, literally. And it's going to be a very interesting show and what the Bible has to say about these things. And also the Book of Enoch and all that. What's up, Tracy? Blessings to you as well. And so, one more time, the UK's mandated the digital ID. So next will be the digital currency. And the thing is, with the Bahamas, they're the first ones who implemented the digital currency. It's a beta test, and they've been testing for a few years now. It's called the sand dollar. That's what they call it, and they have it in China now. Most of China, they have the digital currency. So again, it's called CBDC, Central Bank Digital Currency is the official name for it. And so again, they have to create the digital ID. They're going to incorporate the digital. Here's the thing, why they're doing this for, right? So now we have paper money here in the United States. Most countries have paper money, right? And we have credit and everything else, whatever. But mostly we have paper money, right? So what's going to happen, right? When all the world banks move into one bank, they're going to convert into a whole one world government currency. So it would be hell right now. If they did this right now, they could literally do it with a few keystrokes, literally. Because the Federal Reserve is not federal at all. People should know that. It's a European offshore bank. That's what it is. It's controlled by the Rockefellers and whatnot. Nothing to do with the United States of America. And that, our bank, the Bank of the United States of America, that went out back in 1913 to 1933 when FDR officially canned, literally got rid of the Bank of United States of America. So we're under European central currency. That's where we are. It's a fiat dollar. It's not even real. It's not even gold backed at all. So what they're going to do is if you notice, all the banks are consolidating over the years. They're going to convert all the currencies around the world to one. And to do that, they have to have a digital currency, because right now, if we went to a one world currency right now and we had to exchange dollars and coins and all that, it'd be hell. It cost them billions of dollars to do that, to exchange cash for new cash and, the new dollars and all that. So they want to go digital. So when you go digital, it's literally a couple keystrokes and bam, you go from the Federal Reserve to the IMF, the International Monetary Fund. And so that's where all the banks are going to be converging to the World Bank, which is controlled by the International Monetary Fund, the IMF. That's the World Bank. So they're going to, when they get all the countries in line under digital currency, it's going to be no more United States dollar, no more Canada dollar, no more China dollar. It's going to be all one currency under the IMF, the World Bank. So that's where they're going with this, right? And then in the meantime, they've already instituted a digital ID, a digital healthcare system and all that. So you have to fit criteria to work in a society. So just say they give you, they lay out X amount of GB jabs, right? I don't want to say too much on YouTube, right? And if you don't take a certain one or the recommendations, they're going to shut you off. They'll red light you, and you won't be able to get work or function in society. You have to do every little thing they say. That is the Chinese social credit score. Go check that out. It's draconian, literally. People can't get in apartments. If you have everything's biometrics and everything else, and it's all controlled by AI and everything else. So basically, if you have a low social credit score and you go into your apartment, right, it won't let you in. And you can prove to them you're a good old boy or a good old girl, they'll raise your credit score up again and all that, and they control everything literally. And so where it goes, like they control even the meat you consume, how much meat you consume. So you go to the store and say, I want to go get some steak. Sale denied because you already exceeded your under this whole federal. This whole global thing is disgusting. You already exceeded your meat consumption. You know what I mean? Because they're saying cows are bad. All this crazy stuff going on. It's all connected, all of it. So they're gonna push this whole digital system that every little thing you do, seriously, even to control how much water you use. Just say, all right, I'm gonna go take a shower. All right, and all right, we're gonna fill the tub up, give the kids a bath. I'm gonna, boil some water for dinner, right? Oh, they're gonna shut the water off because you exceeded your daily amount of water, or heat, or electricity. You see the way that goes, right? And so they already got this all laid out. The smart grid technology, they already got this thing going, and it's all digital. It's all controlled. They can literally tell you how much electricity your refrigerator is using, how many times you open the door. And that's why they're pushing all the smart grid, smart TV, smart this, smart that, bunch of smart asses. That's what they are. Excuse the language, but yeah, that's what they're doing. And it's going to be, when they get it all said and done, you can't do absolutely nothing at all without their approval. And if you don't meet the criteria, you don't keep that your social credit score up high, guess what? Yeah. And they're going to give credits too for ratting people out. So if they see a person outside after curfew, I'm going to rat them out, and they're going to give you a bonus on your social credit score. It's going to be so draconian. And look at China during the whole scamdemic thing. They were telling people if you leave your home, you're going to lose credit on your credit score. And they did. The social credit score and everything else. And sending the cops after you and everything else is so draconian. And there'll be nowhere to hide. When you get that chip, man, nowhere to hide. You have to do exactly what they tell you, how they tell you, or you won't be able to do nothing. And under the system, you won't be able to say, all right, I want to be a firefighter. I want to be an astronaut. No, they pick the job for you. They control how many kids you have, and the state raises your kid. And talk about religion. Oh, yeah, be under the global one world religion. You know what I mean? It's disgusting. So this is where this is going. I know right now people say, oh, this is so stupid. And keep thinking that. Keep thinking that, because that's exactly where they're going. And if anybody listened to me 30 years ago, I laid everything down. Not that I'm a prophet. I'm not no psychic, nothing like that. I just know what the elite doing. And I know what the Bible says. I laid it all out 30 years ago, and exactly everything's happening exactly like I said. And this is where they're going to go because people are so cowardly in this country now. It's ridiculous. You see a girl getting beat up by a couple punks, and every guy is like 40 guys on, and they all get their heads buried down or in their phone or something. You know what I mean? Because nobody's standing up for liberties no more. You got people in Germany doing that. You got people in Switzerland and other countries that stand up for their liberties. They're fighting against this mass immigration. You know, millions filing out in London, England, to fight against the stuff. But here in America, everybody's got, we got to be politically correct. You know, it's a bunch of pansies out there, literally. So we need to stand up and fight this. And the thing is, a lot of people are like, I'm a Trump supporter now, so yeah, everything's good. And, you know, the golden age. And Trump's going to walk us right into this. And if he doesn't, the next president will. By force. So Trump is going to try to snow people into it. This is a good thing for us. And most Trump supporters are going to go right along with it. But God forbid, somebody like Gavin Newsom, the governor of California, God forbid he becomes president the next term. God forbid. And he's going to ram it by force, guys. And this is where they're going. He's a big globalist. They love Gavin Newsom. And there's two sides of the coins, by the way, in the global elite. You got the right and the left. You know what I mean? Both, you know, the right seems to be more liberty, more godly and everything else, and they present to be that way. But in the whole, they lead you to the same place where the left's going. You know what I mean? The left is just, they don't hide nothing. They're just going to shove it in your face by force. You know what I mean? So this is where we're going in this country unless the people stand up against us. And the other thing, too, it's on God's time as well. And if God allows it to happen, it's going to happen. But we know in the end, it is going to happen. It's part of prophecy. Consistency encountered common and widespread worldwide, all present. Yep, they have in Texas. Hey, brother and Chris. What's up, Brandy? What's going on, sister? AI government, what's up, man? Yeah, and this whole thing is all be controlled by AI. Exactly. Artificial intelligence and a couple. Some people, it's disgusting, man. Stu, yeah, that's why I'm not unblocking those comments. All right, guys, I gotta get inside, so I gotta go eat, jump in the shower, and go to bed. I'm tired. Yep, the best lies are mostly true. Always watching. Yep, exactly. They are. You know, Big Brother's always watching. But you know what? Our Father's always watching too. So, yeah, don't be despaired by any of this stuff, guys. And, you know, we know the tribulation's going to come. And it's 3.5 years, not 7. 3.5 years. And Jesus even said, too, he's going to cut those days short for the sake of the elect. So, it might not even be the full 3.5 years, you know. But anyway, all right, guys, I got to get going. I'll see you tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern on Biblical Warfare. And Friday night on that flagship show, Spiritual Warfare Friday, we got Susan Mann. She's coming on. We're going to talk about the the Doc Brethren, get into some dispensationalism and show how John Nelson Darby was actually an occultist. Nothing to do with Christianity at all. He was a cultist led by the Jesuits to push that dispensationalist garbage. You know, the pre-tribulation rapture lie, the once saved, always saved lie, the 7-year tribulation lie, and it's disgusting. So we're going to get some deep into that, the Plymouth Brethren, how John Nelson Darby actually hijacked it. She grew up in the Plymouth Brethren, and she knows a lot of people in the top of it and whatever. But, yeah, we'll get into that Friday. But Jesus is King, amen to that. So, all right, guys, love you all. God bless, shalom, and you are the resistance.